All right. All right. How's it going, boys? Hope everyone's doing good. Let me just go ahead. I'll load up settings here real quick and just throw up, I don't know, little about section on Fedora. Why not? I'll just throw it up here so you can see what we're all working with here, boys. This is Fedora 36. This is the beta, which is supposed to drop very, very soon. Supposed to be essentially next week, at some point. I don't know exactly when, but I've been using Fedora 36 here for the past, I don't know, couple of days, few days. It's been exceptional. I've been bouncing around trying different things, but in the end, I keep coming back to 36. It's just incredible. So we're going to talk about it. I got like 4 bullet points here just to make sure I cover them. And we're going to talk. If you got questions about Fedora 36, hopefully I'll be able to answer them. Again, hopefully, it's not like I'm an expert or anything. But for everybody who's going to watch this afterwards on YouTube, hello, welcome. Hopefully you've had a good day. If you end up enjoying this, don't forget to hit that like button and consider subscribing, because I do live streams and videos frequently, or at least I try to. So yeah, if you like seeing Linux stuff, we're going to be doing some game development here very shortly, like tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, want to see that, definitely hit the subscribe button. And down in the description, there will be links to Discord where you can come over. I spend an obscene amount of my time over on Discord. And there's the Patreon if you want to support the channel. And there's an absolute shitload of you guys who do support the channel. So thank you. It means a lot. So let's go ahead and talk about Fedora. Okay. TFL, how's it going? I'm glad you could be here for this one. Yeah, I have used 35. I actually have Fedora 35 installed on my other machine over here, which, by the way, boys, I set up some extra scenes. So since we're using OBS, I can do this. So buddy's down here chewing on his toy thing, but I've got the Rosewell computer right here. There's like monitors and shit spread out like all over the room. There's trash everywhere. Okay, I've been messing with it. If you hung out on Discord, you would have been privy to a talk that we were in for quite a while where I actually built this computer, or put it all back together, and literally put blood into the build for a Fedora 36 station. And I set up the Brio webcam up there. So we have an overhead camera to use here. So that's kind of awesome. But yeah, so that one's running Fedora 35. And I mean, it's fine. Like, I like it. But GNOME 42 it's real nice. It is real nice. And Fedora is, I mean, really, in all honesty, it's just awesome. It is extremely snappy. So one thing that I will say is obviously it defaults to Wayland by default. I still use X11 for the sole purpose that sharing my screen in Discord doesn't work and can not work in Jitsi in some cases, but honestly most of the time does work. But that's the reason I use X1. That's literally it. Wayland, for me now at this point, oddly enough, works in every other scenario. It works literally everywhere, except for Discord. I don't understand it. But I am using Pipewire. And let me go over here. I need you guys to understand this. The echo cancel source here in Pipewire actually works. Like, it started shitting out on me right before the stream. It still works, but it's it's like letting a little bit of audio come through, which was not happening yesterday. But I have been fucking around a lot with Pipewire today, so I'm just going to chalk it up to need to reboot to undo the shit that I've done. So I'm not going to count any points against Fedora and Pipewire because the echo cancel source actually fracking works. Like, it never properly worked before, but it does here, which is awesome. On Wayland, I will say animations are actually, like, the way everything works is actually much better. Much better. Let me go ahead and I'm actually just going to live here update my screen to 120 frames per second because I didn't realize that I was running it at 60. So I would go ahead and do that just while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, it works exceptionally well. The jittering that's going on right here is because my mouse is deciding to act weird. I'm going to assume, yeah, hold on. No. Oh, no. I've been charging up my mouse and I put the receiver in a weird spot and it's been acting up, but it started acting fine about 30 minutes before the stream, so I thought it was done. But no, let me just put it in here where it has better connection. And look at that, much better immediately. So yeah, just need to move my USB receiver to where it's closer to the mouse. Blackheim, yo, are you done with BSD already? For now, yeah. Because I am really liking Fedora. It is really nice. GNOME 42, there's a lot of improvements. For one, on the look side of things, the look of pop-ups is much better. The icon set is much better. We're going to dive into this little article I found here just a few minutes ago, which really sums up my feelings about Fedora. It's a really nice Linux distro. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the, like, right off the bat, the like improvements that GNOME has done that like absolutely needed to be done. For one, there's a system-wide dark theme, okay? Oh, excuse me. Whoops, I forgot I didn't set up that key binding, which I could do, but go to GIMP. So the system-wide dark theme is incredible. It's like, it needed to be done. It really did. I have no idea why my screen turned off there for a second. Fun. But yeah, so the system-wide dark theme, really nice. It's super nice. And if you have any applications like Flatpaks or anything like that on the system that it's not working for some reason, then that's fine. All you need to do is go over into, did I install it? Yeah, tweaks. So you just need to go over to tweaks and then appearance and make sure you set for the legacy applications a way to dark. And then you have a dark theme everywhere. It's fucking perfect. The icon set is not ass anymore, which is just beautiful. Oh yes, you do get to see exactly how bald I am. I struggled with it horridly. I have no idea what your problem has been. It functions perfectly. Fedora 35 worked fine. There's no issues. If you want to do an update, let me just go ahead. I can never remember what the key binding is to zoom in. I think it's like, is it Control-Shift+? Yes, it is. Okay. So if you need to update the system, it's pretty simple. DNF update. Like, pretty simple and straightforward. Oh, look, we have some updates. Sure. Yeah, why not? I'll update live on stream. Nothing can possibly go wrong. There we go. So, yeah, updating the system's pretty simple. I mean, it's Fedora, so it's not like there's anything new there. But yeah, like essentially the stability of the system is really good. The speed of the system is really good. GNOME 42 looks exceptionally good. Like, I don't even need to theme this bitch. It just looks good. Like, I've got weather coming from Nashville, which for anybody who's like privacy paranoid and it's like, oh my God, you're giving out your location. It's fucking fine. It's fine. I don't live in Nashville anyway. It's just close. And I'm fine with people knowing what's close to me. It's okay. I mean, if you really want to, like, really for some reason want to like hunt me down, it's fine. I live in America. Like, trust me, there will be guns to meet you at the front door. It's fine. I mean, you might, as long as you're a nice guy, you might be able to make it inside for dinner without getting shot. But who knows? You know, you know, if you want to live life on the edge, live life on the edge. Let me see. I need to catch up on chat. And it's making me consider giving GNOME 42 another shot. You definitely should. GNOME 42 is freaking awesome. It just looks good out of the gate. Like, looks good. Everything functions really well. There's not a, I really haven't had a pain point with it at all. At all. And now, mind you, I am using like a mini ITX build right here, which is really small, like really, really small. It's like, I mean, I hope you guys can see this, but this is the whole computer right here. Like, it's not big at all. It goes back a little bit behind the monitor. Like, it's a pretty small computer, and it runs exceptionally well. Runs fantastic. It runs beautifully. It's great. And we can hop into, we'll hop into Godot and play around because I showed that off on OpenBSD and it did not perform great. I'm just a hardcore XFCE fan. I tried Ubuntu and it was okay. It was all right. Like, yeah, but then again, this is my opinion. It's not like it has to be your opinion. I got a Joneberg pipe working. Yeah. There are so few OpenBSD content creators on YouTube, and he then drops it. Guess we're back to zero. Lol. I mean, there's still RootBSD, the OpenBSD guy. Yes, there are very few, but just because I'm not on it right now doesn't mean it's not like I'm going to come back to it in a few weeks. Like, I don't ever understand a lot of people that watch my content. Like, I swear, everybody's like, you try too much stuff. Well, welcome, brother. I have a YouTube channel. And then when I leave something, they're like, you should have stuck with it. Like, what is the problem, that I switch too much, or that I don't, like, I should stick to, like, which is the problem, the fact that I switch too much, or that I don't stick with something and use it for the rest of my life, because people will argue about that. Well, Fedora is one of the many RPM distros. I just couldn't figure out the package manager, the installer. I'm not used to RPM distros, no lie. It's super simple. It's super simple. Like, really, the package manager is super simple, at least from my experience. It's really all I do is update and install packages, and it's just like apt. You just type in DNF install, DNF update. You know, it's kind of DNF, like, I think it's remove. I think maybe it's delete. I'm not sure, but I think it's remove. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, the installer's remarkably simple. It's just, you change, like, you click where you want to install it to, what drive, and then you, like, it'll ask you about reclaiming space, and then you just, like, delete all the partitions on it if you want to use the whole drive, and then reclaim space, and then it'll take you back to the main menu, and you choose your time zone, and you continue. It's super simple. Like, I don't know, like, maybe I'm spoiled or something, but I feel like it's remarkably simple. I would delete the GNOME store. It's fine. So, like, that's one of the things that I would say you just go to FlatHub and you can add FlatHub to the software center. Then you've got all your extra shit in here. Like, I don't even know. Do I even have Kden Live installed? I don't think I do. Yeah, perfect. Let's install Kden Live. Okay, so we'll install Kden Live live. See how long and drawn out the install process is. TFL, I've invited you to come stay with me for forever. It's fine. You can become part of the family, all right? You just won't accept the offer. Because of, you don't wait, you don't stand anymore, do you? I completely stopped because of wire restrictions. No, I do stand. I mean, I could stand now. Well, you could. Let's just do it. Why not? Because I don't. Yeah, I shouldn't have any cord restrictions. Shouldn't have any problems. We'll just stand. I don't see any problem with standing. Ain't no problem. All right, Kden Live's installed. Let's open Kden Live. And look at that baby. She looks good. She looks mighty fine. Mighty fine. Let me take this down just a bit. Close on her. So we got Kden Live installed. No problem from the software center. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just it's just a beaut to use. She's great. She's fast. She's likable. She's lovable. So let me go ahead and read you boys this article here. The terminal is just so easy. I mean, yes, yeah. I mean, yeah. It is. It is. Like, it's much easier to just sudo dnet install blank, but I do appreciate that the software center is there. For one, for the times that I just want to go shopping around, like I really don't necessarily want anything, but I just want to, like, I'm just like, I'm fine with trying out something new. This is a great place to go, especially for content for videos. As somebody with a Linux channel, it's kind of nice to have a software center like this. It just, like, not from a practical standpoint, but from a content standpoint. Because I can go in here and find stuff and just talk about it. So that's nice. And also having OBS compared to OpenBSD is really nice. I don't even know. Let me modify this. There you go. So you can see kind of the way I got shit set up, I guess. You can see a little bit of the ultra wide, a little bit, not much, but a little bit. Then got the 1440p monitor. I'm using the like. I switched over. I took the like keyboard is behind my big head back there. That's the K65 mini keyboard. Put that back over there. I've just been using this today because, for one, it's got the dedicated number keys and it's much clackier. It's much clackier. Oh shit! I didn't even realize I was on OBS. Oh, so this is pretty cool. I didn't realize that I could do that with the arrow keys. I was not paying attention. Okay. So let's go to the desktop view here. Yes, sir. I passed out while working at home. Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully your job doesn't care that you passed out. Oh damn, he stands. Yes, I do. Who is this person on stream and where is Zany? I have no idea, but Zany's right here. But who's on stream? I have no idea. No idea. Must be an impersonator. But okay, well, let me talk about this article because it genuinely does sum up my experience with Fedora pretty well. With Fedora 36, there might be a new gold standard for Linux distributions. Jack Wallen kicks the tires of Fedora 36, and I'm pretty sure I misspelled it or missaid his name, but who the fuck cares? I butchered everyone's name, it's fine. And comes away seriously impressed. Find out why he believes the latest iteration of Fedora Desktop might be the new gold standard. No, and this is from his perspective. Over the years, I've proclaimed different Linux distributions to be the de facto standard for new users. That title has been placed upon the shoulders of Ubuntu Linux, Linux Mint, Elementary OS, Soren OS, and Deepin. I don't know why the fuck Deepin's on that list. Deepin's like a security nightmare, but all right. But with the beta release of Fedora 36, I'm starting to believe there's a major shift about to happen. One that could easily place the title of best distribution for new users squarely on the head of an operating system that once only was relegated to users with a considerable amount of experience with Linux. That's right. The distribution that was once tagged as bleeding edge and for experienced users only has evolved into something pretty special and quite fantastic. In fact, Fedora has become such a remarkably easy to use and reliable Linux distribution that I'm ready to crown it the new gold standard for Linux distributions. It really is that good. I could not agree more. Now, I realize I have some explaining to do with this choice. After all, Fedora defaults to the GNOME desktop, which many will argue is not the best desktop environment for new users. I, however, believe otherwise, but I do understand and appreciate your doubt. GNOME, quite the departure from the standard desktop metaphor. There's no bottom taskbar, no desktop menu. In fact, everything is quite different than what most people are accustomed to. But is it really? Fucking good point. Yes, it is minorly different than what you're used to on Windows, but it's very similar. Like, if you press the Windows key, you expect to get your, like if you're a Windows user, you expect to get the taskbar to pop up and you to get a list of, I don't know, shortcuts to different applications that you use, kind of like down here on this bar. You expect to be able to get a search feature, which guess what? You can just start typing, and there you are. So the only difference is instead of clicking somewhere in the little taskbar, you click the show applications button, and that's about it. So, and then you get the overview of what's on your shit. So again, a little different, but probably pretty close to what you're expecting, for being honest. Yeah, he seems good. And welcome, Derek. Hopefully you're doing fantastic on this fine night. I remember a few years back he wrote an article stating that Linux Mint should stop focusing on making a distro and focus on the Cinnamon desktop. That's a fair point. I feel like they did that to some extent. They've definitely improved Cinnamon a bit. I wouldn't say a shitload because I actually still have, actually the last time I tried Linux Mint, which was yesterday, I had issues on it, but whatever, we won't talk about that. I would say Fedora Silverblue for new users is good, to an extent, mainly just because it's really hard to break it. In that aspect, yes, it's definitely good for new users. Really hard to break your shit. All right, so after all, the vast majority of users now work with multiple operating systems and can easily transition from Windows to Android, from Windows to iOS, from Mac OS to iOS, and even Mac OS to Android. And those mobile interfaces are nothing like their desktop counterparts. On top of which, how much different are Mac OS and Android from GNOME? One could make the case that both Android and iOS share more commonality with GNOME than they do the interfaces for either Windows or Mac OS. That's actually, I would think, a fair statement. That's pretty fair. Because of this alone, I would argue that GNOME is not such a huge departure for the average user. With that said, let's take a look at the beta release of Fedora 36 and discover why I believe this release is a significant milestone. It's all about simplicity. This is what I can say about it. We won't keep reading. I'll just go ahead and copy this link and I will post it down in chat so you guys can go read the rest of the article if you'd like to. It's not very long past this. There's literally that much more, about 2 scrolls. So if you want to go read it, go read it. I recommend doing so. It's really nice. And he covers some extra stuff, like kind of like file sharing. I don't really think I'm going to be talking about file sharing, but he covers that. It's really good. It's a really good article. Highly recommend you check it out. But the simplicity of using the system is remarkable. It's a great system to use. Let's say, like, everything about GNOME 42, it looks very good. It's much more flat, but in a good way. It's not like too flat. Like, it's weird. Like, GNOME was trying to go more flat. Like, it seems like in 41, like they were wanting to go with that more flat aesthetic, but they had in weird places like some 3D like kind of aspect to it, and it just didn't feel right. It looks much better. The rounded corners of everything is better. It's just overall GNOME looks better. And it's, well, GNOME, it's not exactly hard to use. I mean, if you want to add a keybind, just go in here to custom shortcuts. Let's give it a name. Let's call this launch GIMP, command GIMP, and give it a shortcut, which is mod G or super G, whatever you want to say. Now if I go super G, boom, we get GIMP load up. Cool, awesome, super simple. It just looks good too out of the gate. Like, you don't have to do like fizznet to your system to get it looking good. It just, I don't know, comes that way out of the gate. Thank you, Adwaita, for finally not looking like fucking shit. Like, I don't know who decided that like light turd brown was a great color for your icon set, but thank God that dude has finally like either gotten the shit beat out of him or just gotten kicked off the team. Like, it's about fucking time. So the icon set looks good, and like, let's be honest, I know I swore a lot there, but let's be honest, if you're somebody who's been paying attention to the Adwaita icon set for the past, I don't know, 8 years, you've been thinking the same fucking thing. Don't fucking lie about it, all right? Let's just be fucking honest, all right? We've all been pissed off and ready for that icon set to just, such an easy fix. Don't pick turd brown as your color, dog. Jesus. It finally looks good. I mean, let's just give a round of applause for that. And on Fedora's side of things, it's really reliable. Like, it's an exceptionally reliable system. I haven't had any crashes or anything, technically speaking. I was having, I wanted to go back and use Unity for game development. And essentially, Unity has just told me, if you want to use Linux, just piss off. Because every single Linux distro I tried Unity on, as soon as I loaded up my big asset pack that I bought, it would just, the entire system would just crash unless I installed Windows. And if I installed Windows, it works perfectly fine. So Unity can go kiss my ass. It seems like Godot is going to be where we're going to be doing some game development here in the very, very near future, like possibly tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. It's GNOME. It's not hard to use. Well, as long as they don't try to use the file manager. I don't even see, that's the thing that people say to me, and I don't understand. Like, if this file manager is hard to use to you, I genuinely don't know what to say. Like, you click up here, show hidden files. Okay. Like, so if you need to, and like, if you're like, well, if I click down here, I don't see the option. Well, you probably just want to go up here. If you want to change the look of it, here you go. Like, if you want the list view or grid view, other locations. I don't understand how this is hard to use. I genuinely don't. I can even access my Google Drive from here because I have my Google account linked to GNOME. So I can just go into my Google Drive from the file browser. Like, I don't understand how the file browser is hard to use. I don't understand that argument at all. Like, you're going to have to explain to me what hard, like complicated as shit things that you're doing in the file browser that make it not easy. Like, this is pretty fucking easy to use. Like, it just works. When does this release? Next week. Should be next week. I still don't like the bar color, though, so I'll always install a GTK theme. Bar color. Are you talking about, like, the top bar? Or are you talking about the actual, like, window bar? So I'm confused. Still not up button? Good Lord. What do you mean, up button? Because as far as I know, you just click that. Yeah, the icon set was terrible. You know, I'm going to wait the 5 days. I'm in no hurry. True, yeah. I mean, it won't matter either way, because even if you're running the beta, you can just update to the sample release when it drops. It's really not. I'm going to guess that's been talking about the file manager. The back button is not the same as up. Yes, but what I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter because you just select. Like, okay, if you want to go up in a directory, like, all right, so just for an example, let's go out of my home directory. Let's go into my computer. We'll go into /home/Zany. Ah, fuck, never mind. It's not going to want to let me do that. Let's go into, I don't know, just some random fucking folder that's got some shit in it. Some other folders. Media? No, there's nothing in here. Okay. Etsy. We'll just go in here. Alternatives. So if we want to go up one directory, you just click the one above it. It's the same thing. Like, why? So, like, instead of going up to Etsy, I want to go up to, like, back would take me up here. But let's say I don't want to do that. Just click on it. It's the same as going up a directory. Like, why would you want a dedicated button for going up a directory when you can just click on them? And it even like highlights and makes it look cute, you know? There you go. Bye, Smoig. I saw this a little bit, or saw that a little bit late. I would hate the FM, TBH. Up is so important. I mean, I don't know about so important. It's really not. Like, it's just cooking on there. Like, and again, see, I know back's not the same because I went up, like, back now is going to take me down to a board. Like, I get what you're saying there, but that's essentially the up button. And also, I mean, if you're working with, like, complex directory trees, I don't think I have any, but I really don't have a lot of, like, complex directories to, like, dive deep down into and bounce back and forth between. But it seems like it would be easy enough to just click on the folders as you need them. Are they going to update the spins to 36 right away? I have no idea. I don't really use any of the spins of Fedora. I just use main Fedora. I've tried KDE Fedora before, but it's just, I don't know. If I'm going to use a desktop environment, I tend to just like GNOME. KDE's good. KDE's nice, but KDE does a lot of shit. It's just, that doesn't make any freaking sense to me. Like, it's genuinely like their designer is, like, strung out on meth or something. Like, where he decides to throw menu options, I'm like, dude, if you're like, it impresses me how dumb some of the places that configuration options get put in their settings. It's like, I don't Like it's impressive, man. Like I don't even understand how fucked up you got to be to choose. Like I've gone into it before, but there's some options for KDE where I'm like, God, you were drunk as fuck when you were putting this together. Um, um, that's something, but it looks like it only goes by your history in that session. No, I have no idea what you mean by history. But no, it just goes by what directory you're in. So it lists all the directories above you, and then you can just click on them. If you open a new window to a folder, would you from that folder be able to go up? Yes, because it's just gonna open up. So like, let's say I go into Etsy, can I do open in new window? Yes, I can click Etsy because it's just showing you the folder hierarchy. You just click on it. The man with the most inconsistent audio ever. Yes, sir. That's me. That's me. If person don't like the file manager, he or she could just change it out. That's a good point too. That's a really good point. I can only figure out how to open a new window to home. You just click on the folder and click open a new window. Nautilus really chokes up on large directories. That one I have no idea about. I don't have that problem. It seems to work fine on all of my large directories. Hold on, let me turn on the overhead cam. So on that machine right there, that one, that's running Fedora 35. Nautilus works perfectly fine on it. No problems. None. It just, excuse me. I have a 14 terabyte drive with about 2 terabyte. No, it's much less than that. It's probably like 1.5 terabytes worth of a Steam directory on it. A Steam directory, and it works just fine. I don't know. Like, then again, I'm not doing crazy shit. It's just a Steam library with a whole bunch of fucking games installed on it. Works fine for me, but that's just me. Can we create a file now? I mean, I guess. Why not? No, we've been talking about stuff for long enough. Let's do new document. Oh, wait. I could create. Let's just go ahead and load up a new thumbnail template. Let's just put this in here. A new one. We could change it out. Delete layer. Let's not create that kind of document though. I don't think that counts. I don't think that's what you guys were asking about. Yeah, I don't have any text or anything. But I don't know what kind of document you want me to make. KDE Fedora was buggy. Yeah, KDE is just it did not feel like, because I was running KDE like day before yesterday, or for at least for some yesterday. Yeah, KDE did not feel near. No, it was the day before yesterday. It did not feel nearly as good as this. Like, this is really snappy. Like, the animations are good. Like, just all around. It feels like a Microsoft level polish to things without, the Microsoft, let me stick a telescope in your ass and see how your heart beats. It's nice. You get all the benefits of a polished system without having to just be ramrodded by a corporation, and also like kind of like begged to give away more personal information. Like, please, God, don't hide your info. I prefer the up button, but I will finally quit moaning so much about it. Hey, I mean, we all have our own preferences. It's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like even if you had that preference, if you started using it, like, maybe in a day you'd stop caring because it's like, it's the same. Like, it's just, instead of clicking the up button to go out, you just click the folder next to the one that you're in. Not that hard. It's just a change up, which, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. I don't know. I guess that's why I kind of upset people a lot, because like I don't have that. Like, I'm willing to like change to a small degree, no problem. Now, if it's like like everything's different and there's like 1,000 different key bindings for me to learn Emacs, then yeah, it's a little bit overwhelming and stuff. But it's, I don't know. Like, I mean, I actually liked Doom Emacs. I'm still considering installing Doom Emacs on this system and just using that as my text editor for a while. I mean, I'm still going to piss people off because it's not like I'll care about it. Like, I'll care probably about as much as I do about Vim. You don't see a lot of dedicated Vim videos on my channel. You're probably not going to see a lot of Emacs dedicated videos on my channel because I just don't give a shit. I just use it. If it works, it works. I mean, if I find cool stuff to add into it that I think is cool, I'll probably talk about that more than I will Emacs or Vim. Just what I use to edit text files. Like, who the fuck cares? Really, like, I don't understand people who are like willing to fucking die over their text editors. Like, Jesus Christ, man, it's just what you use to type out text. Calm it down. It's okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I have those aliases too. I mean, I guess we should stop to take a second, okay? Look, if I CD down into pictures and my wallpapers directory, doing ... to go up a directory, let me go back down into the wallpapers and going ... /.. Oh, shit, whoops. Let's not do that. 2 dots. Oh, no, wait. Do I have it? Oh, yeah. My bad. Whoops. I have an alias to 3 dots. I saw you do it with a slash in there, and I was like, oh, that's how you should do it. No. 3 dots. 2 dots and 3 dots to go up. Like, 2 dots to go up 1 directory, 3 dots to go up 3. Fantastic. Doing bash RC, so I've got it set up like so. Very nice. And yes, I am using them in here, mainly because Helix wasn't available for the terminal. And yes, like, Emacs is not really a terminal application, so it's not like that's probably the main reason I don't use Emacs that much. It's because I typically edit stuff when I'm in the terminal, and Emacs is not a terminal application, so it's weird. It's like I have to keep a text editor open, and I don't normally do that. Just open up the text editor when I need it in the terminal. It's kind of an expected default. Wait, most file managers have the ability to touch a new file. It's kind of an expected default. I don't know. I never make files with my text editor or my file manager. If that's an expected default, I've literally never known that. I just like open up the program that I'm going to make the file in. That moment when you find out you're fucking weird. Okay. I did not know this was an expected default and how the shit's supposed to work. Interesting. Like, boys, I did not know y'all were all making like text files starting in the file manager. That's weird. I would think you would like open up the program that you want to like make the file in, make the file, and then save it. I thought that's how we worked, but hey, you learn something new every day. Apparently, I'm weird, which, I mean, I should have expected that. You know, whatever. Because it's consistent. I don't have to think about it. It's in the same place. In that FM, I'd have to think about it. But hey, it looks pretty. I have no idea. Like, I mean, you don't have to think about clicking on. Wait, I'm so confused because like you don't have to think about clicking on the file that you the places you just came from. Like, if that's where you want to go, like, I don't know. I mean, it's not like we're actually debating it, but still at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, it's never going to change. You want to click the file, the folder that you came from, or that's above. Yeah, and they do have a terminal. It's just plain old GNOME terminal. It's nothing fancy or fun, but you know, is what it is. You get what you get. Oh yeah, that's right. I should go ahead and do that. So let's do a sudo dnf install exa. Give me that exa, baby. Yes. Perfect. So, yay. There we go. There's always an old joke. Emacs is a great operating system lacking only a decent editor. Yeah. And welcome to the stream, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here. If anybody has just now hopped in, we've talked about GNOME 42, them improving the icon set for Dueta, the speed improvements. Pipewire is actually working for me well. Like it actually loads the echo cancellation module, which is like, and it works, which is nice. The system is very stable. The system-wide dark theme is really good. I'm really happy without even doing pretty much any theming. Everything just works well. I'll go ahead and load up Godot here. Load this up. So Godot runs perfectly fine. I can open up a terminal and we'll zoom in. If I do a sensors command here, the system stays pretty well, like cool. Like, we're not really, I think it'll level out like with a heavy load around like 62 degrees. So the thermals are better than in OpenBSD. I don't really know comparatively to other Linux distros if it's doing better than like something like Linux Mint or anything. If it is, it's probably only doing it like minorly, but I highly doubt it. It's probably just the same as other Linux distros, but hey, I've been using OpenBSD for the past little bit, and the thermals are better. Godot actually works really well, which is nice. Yeah, so no, it's overall it's a really good system. Can't we still create a file in Nautilus? I really don't know, bro. I've never done that. We can make a new document based off of a template, which again I don't really do much, but it's there. Yeah, like I don't really make files from the file manager, so I guess not. I have no idea. Oh wait, hold on. Add. That's I have a feeling that's for like adding. Yeah, another tab. What's this? Adding another window? Yeah. So yeah, I guess not. Which, if that's a problem for you, hey, it's a problem for you. For me, it's not. I've literally never made files from my file browser before. I just make them and then save them and then view them from a file manager. Just thinking it's possible to programmatically create one cd ... alias for each directory in the current absolute path. That would be sick. What? TFL, you're making it way too complicated, bro. You just ... back up, 3 dots for two directories back up. Anything more complicated than that, probably don't fucking need. Like, let's just be honest. At least they seem to have new document options. Yeah, I guess I get it. It's never been a problem for me. So you can alias Ian. Yeah, probably not. Probably will not. EXA is bloated. I like EXA. David, you're more than welcome to hit me up. The Discord is in the description. Shoot me a message. I would be totally interested in talking. I'm actually interested in talking with anybody who wants to talk. So, I mean, if you want to, you can message me on Discord. We sit around and talk in general, talk quite a bit. So more than welcome. Kakooine, you can try. It's like that Helix editor. I did try Kakooine. I actually watched Derek's video on it too, and I actually got to talk with. I think he's the guy who makes Helix. I'm pretty sure he's the guy who makes Helix. He's a really cool dude. Really cool dude. And to be honest, I kind of like Helix more than Kakooine, but it's not like Kakooine is bad. It's just like Helix takes some things from Kakooine and mixes it more with Vim, which I kind of more prefer. Red, welcome, welcome. Jitsi Meat, I barely ever use Jitsi. So, I mean, if you want to use Jitsi, sure, but I would prefer if you just reach out on Discord. Do play with 36.2. Bluetooth actually works well for me. I know, like, overall, the system, like, it just works the way it should work. Like, that's the really big selling point. Zero AD Alpha. Oh, I have dust on my poster. Gross. Get that off. Zero AD Alpha 26 had its feature freeze a few days. The official release should be soon, a couple weeks. Ooh. Hey boy, we about to get a new Zero AD. Actually, I don't even think I have Zero AD installed on the system. While we're talking here, I'll just go ahead and install that through the software. Actually, no, I won't. Let's just install it. The terminal, like a decent human being. Sudo dnf install Zero AD. And why? Yeah, go ahead and install. Boy, let's see. Then a Unix tuber 0 AD journey. Best configuration I see was from Ordinary Gamers channel from Muda. Yeah, Muda like has like the best VM setup. Like his system's pretty freaking nice. Zany, how much RAM are you using on the system? 32 gigs. I've got 32 gigs of RAM, 5700G APU. I've got a 1 terabyte NVMe drive, mini ITX build. It's this one right here. Pretty small, nothing special. Yeah. I mean, not that it's not really good. It is really good. I'm saying it's nothing special. Like I've got like a fucking Threadripper in this bitch. Like it's just a really, really good APU and plenty of RAM. I'm not like Matt over here like balling out with like 64 gigs of RAM, 64 workspaces, probably untold amounts of porn in the background. I swear someone's gonna clip that me saying that, like just talking about Matt and the porn thing, and that's gonna be clipped and sent to him before the night's over. If you don't do that, awesome. If you do that, thanks for giving Matt and me the laughs. Let's see. Cat has Clippy. Helix stands no chance. That's true. That's true. Helix does not have Clippy. That is very true. Talk on your room on Discord. You should have a 10-minute wait time. So hold on. Let me see. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to personally message you on Discord. There you go. I sent you a cute little message. Wait, hold on. I should also send you a GIF. Let's see. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Sent you a nice little GIF. A nice little private message. Chef's kiss. You're welcome. Your monitor is broken. It's bent. Yeah, I know, man. It's completely fucked. It's almost like it's a curved monitor. It's almost like I just like yeeted it and like punched it and then just called it a day, you know? Although, could you imagine punching a monitor to the point where it was like curved like this? Like just like the amount of freaking fist like implants that they'd just be all over my monitor. There'd be so many knuckles. Oh, all right. I also need to go down here and turn this on because I forgot I can do that. Do not disturb. Now we won't get notifications from Discord and shit while I'm streaming. Yay. Nice camera arrangement. Better than CNN. Fuck you, CNN. I do got some good shit. I do like the overhead camera. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Does the extra RAM improve porn performance? That's a good question. I could lie and say that it doesn't or that it does, but genuinely and honestly, I don't know. Mainly because this is my device for porn, as it should be. Okay, your personal government-approved spy device is what the government asks that you watch porn on. As we all know, Big Brother would like to know what you watch for your porn. All right? Oh, shit. Okay. See, I start talking about it. Look at that. That's my government notice. Oh, apparently I've been watching too much BBW. Okay. I'm just fucking all right. Let me turn it off. I've only been watching a healthy amount. Let's be honest. Okay, healthy amount. I'll just turn off my notifications. There's a 10-minute waiting period. Oh yeah, that's right, Peter. I forgot about that. There is when you join the Discord server just because I had some problem with spam bots and shit like that in the past. When you join the Discord server, when you're brand new, there's a 10-minute wait before you can hop into the voice channels or start talking in chat. Because had a little bit of problem with some Discord Nitro bots. You know, just trying to give everybody some of that great free Nitro that definitely didn't want to steal your info. Matt needs that do not disturb feature. Yes. Oh my God. Of course. Of course TFL called it. TFL, you're probably the reason that I got the notification. Actually, hold on. I've been waiting because like I'm supposed to get my Patreon money either like today or tomorrow from Patreon. Let me see. Did I get that? I may have been a notification. Damn it, of course I didn't. I'm smoking like the cheapest cigarettes right now because I need to go out and buy a new vape. But I've been waiting for my Patreon money to hit my account, and it literally won't. Like I have to be honest with you guys, like, screw the Fedora review for just a second and whatever else we were BSing and joking about for the last few seconds. I genuinely want to go ahead and say thank you guys so much. I have a very low amount of expenses that I have to cover living with my family, and I haven't worked out with my mom where I don't pay nearly as much money as I should for stuff because I do a lot. Like the past couple of days, I haven't punched anything because I wasn't feeling that great, and I barely had enough energy to get my chores done that I had to do around the house because there's a litany of them that I've agreed to do, and also try out a whole bunch of different stuff. Trying to make a video on top of that was too much because I wasn't feeling great. It wasn't like I was sick or some shit, but I just wasn't feeling great. But this is going to be the first month that I make enough money from Patreon and YouTube that I actually like all my expenses are covered. Like all the stuff that I need, like going out and getting nicotine or smokes or whatever, it's covered. My food insurance is covered. My food and insurance. I don't know if I separated those, but like, thank you guys. Like that's fucking awesome. Like you guys are awesome. Thank you. Um, um, I'm switching from smoking normal cigs to e-cig, but still to make the transition, I'll buy some normal smoke. Yeah, I'm only back to smoking cigarettes because I'm like just poor shit right now. I walked into the tobacco and beer shop, and like I'm buddies with the owner and some of the guys that work there. And so I walked in and I was like, all right, bro, here's the situation. I have $5.75. What's the best pack of cigarettes I could get for that? And his reaction was, ooh, yes. Oh, DT, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. It means a lot. But he was like, oof, for that? He's like, well, you can get Mavericks or Eagles. And like, I think there was another bad brand he threw in there. And I was like, I've had Mavericks before. Those are like, they're like, if you think cigarettes are disgusting, then like, trust me, Mavericks would throw you over a deep end. They are rough. Like it's not like they taste super terrible. It's like they are just wow. Like the filter for them is like barely that big. Like it's nuts. Like it's a nutty cigarette. So I was like, I guess I'll try the Eagles, and I've got them right now. And it's not that bad, but I've been coughing a lot, and that's probably because of the cigarettes. Like I'm used to vaping, not smoking a shitload of cigarettes. So, but yeah, like I cannot believe that I'm actually getting enough money off of doing this stuff to where I can actually mostly support myself off of it. Like that's crazy, and that's only because of you guys. Like, thank you very much. It means an absolute shitload. Eagles don't smoke that. It would kill a horse, dude. It is something else. I got because here's how dumb I am, man. I walked in there and he was like, "Which one do you want?" Because there's like Eagle Reds, Eagle Blues, and there's like some other colors. I have no idea. And I know that blues are mild typically, and reds are like typically like the real potent shit. And now I'm thinking this is like a super cheap brand, so like they probably cut a lot of corners on stuff. So there's probably like the mild is probably like super mild, like barely even a cigarette. Like it might as well just be like wrapped up paper. So I'm like, okay, I'll go and choose the reds. Worst decision ever, man. Worst decision. And they like it is potent. Like wow, just wowzers. Um, Mavericks are crap. I did a 5-figure discount on a carton when I was younger. Yeah, dude, it is. Mavericks are not great. There's an older guy that I used to know who smoked Mavericks, and he smoked only the filterless Mavericks. And I remember there was one day where I bummed a cigarette off of him, and I got like 3 puffs into the thing, and I thought I was gonna black out. Like I thought I was gonna die. And he was just laughing at me. I'm like, you have to build up a major tolerance to this thing. Like that is not okay. It's just not. But yeah, like it is what it is. I'm kind of hoping that like Patreon normally doesn't take this long to come, because it normally they pay out, like as far as I know, Patreon pays out on the 1st, and then I typically get it like the 4th or the 5th. But then again, I don't normally keep track with when I finally end up getting it. So I don't know. And I also haven't checked. I just knew I didn't have it when I went to the tobacco store. You know what I'm saying? Same shit, different toilet. Reds, full. Blues, light. Orange, ultralight. Oh, oranges are the ultralight. Oh, okay. Because legally they can't label them light or ultralight anymore. Dude, I can't see. Like, here's also a reason why I just don't care about smoking cigarettes anymore. I can't keep up. Like, they change stuff so fast, and then like now, I used to love Camel Crushes back when I was like a heavy smoker, and like Camel Crushes, if you don't know, they're cigarettes that have like a little thing that you like pop, and it's essentially got oh shit, what's that mouthwash? Like a mouthwash, like, oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. A mouthwash, but it's not Sensodyne. I can't remember what it is. But like essentially it had like basically mouthwash in it to make it minty. And it would like coat the filter. So you got like that minty flavor as you smoked it. Now there's like apparently like, I don't even know how many different brands, but like now there's like 3 different types of Camel Crushes that are all like very close to each other. I'm like, I don't understand this at all. It makes no sense. But probably enough talking about cigarettes. Is there anything like nifty or anything like that that you guys know about Fedora and want to talk about? Or is there any questions you have about Fedora 36? Like if there's any differences between older Fedoras? Because I mean, I have been running Fedora 35, so if there's anything that you want to know, we can definitely talk about that. DT is a tobacconist. Oh, you never smoked, but you did work in that industry. Good decision. Listerine. Mintalk, thank you, man. Yes, Listerine. It essentially just has a little ball of Listerine in it. Man, I could not remember that word for the life of me. How about this, David? I will give you a call on Discord right after the stream, and unless anybody has any questions or anything, I think we've talked about Fedora about as much. I mean, I've covered the 4 little tiny bullet points I wrote down just to make sure I didn't like completely go unhinged for this stream and make it like, you know, just how typically my live streams go, where we have like a topic. I stick to the topic for like maybe an hour, and then it just goes off the rails, and like the live stream's still going like 6 hours later, and we have no idea what we're talking about for new people that come in. But yeah, so here's been Fedora. Fedora is really good. It's fantastic. I think we're probably just going to go ahead and kill it here, unless, again, anyone has any questions or wants to talk about anything. Fedora runs Emacs very well. Of course, Peter, that would be your like ending statement that you would love to end this stream on. Of course, it may be Fedora, but it's a bootloader for Emacs, just the same as every other Linux distribution for any Emacs user out there. Your Linux distribution is just a bootloader inside of a bootloader to get to your glory that is Emacs. Like, let's be honest. Are the COPR repo worth using? I have no idea what repo you're talking about. Him at Emacs runs Fedora very well. That's, I mean, Derek, I mean, you got a good point, brother. You got a good point. You know, Emacs wears the pants in the relationship between it and Linux. Like, let's just be honest. We love our bootloaders. Like, look. Us calling Linux a bootloader it's not disparaging at all. Like, we still love it. It's still, you know, our little child. We still love it. It's not like we play, you know, favorites, but Emacs is definitely the more important one out of the two. Let's just be honest, okay? Let's just be honest. Actually, like here's I would love to meet the dude who is like a diehard Emacs fan and like you know, just argue to death with somebody if they're using something other than Emacs, but they run Windows. Like that's where they use Emacs. I would love to meet that person, just have a little, you know, conversation-y poo. Like, it won't go anywhere, but like I just want to meet that person who is like, if you use something other than Emacs, you're a fucking terrible person. And he was also just like running like Windows 11 with like, you know, like all the features turned on, all the location sharing. They're like, fucking love it. Emacs, like Windows is so good. I mean, I don't even care about Windows because I'm really just using Emacs. You know, like all my life happens in a buffer inside of Emacs. I met my wife inside of a buffer of Emacs. Like, let's be honest. Did we all? You're just browsing around in a nice Emacs buffer and you just happen to come across your wife. Shit, the Emacs buffer might become your wife. Who knows? It's a crazy world. All right. Exactly. But you know, like Derek, like, come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. That person exists. Like, anything that you can think up, no matter how wild it is, there's a Linux distro for it. It's happened somewhere on the internet. That person definitely exists. I mean, they're batshit insane, but they definitely exist, and I want to meet them. um, uh, COPR repos or COPR repos, I don't know how you're supposed to say that, repos are user repos, something like the AUR. So the question was, are they worth using? That's going to be up to you. I honestly have never needed them and didn't even know they existed until this moment. So probably not, unless you're really interested in it. Because I didn't even know they existed. If it's something like the AUR, that means they're definitely not getting tested like other things are. So I'd probably stick with other things unless that's your only resource. Like, if that repository is the only one where you can get your shit that you need, then yeah, obviously go there. But I've never needed them, never known they were there. Emacs wife. I love the fact that many Emacs users do use Windows. I don't know many people that use Emacs and that are like using it on Windows though. Like, I know plenty of people that use Emacs, but they have that, you know, that one computer in the house or whatever that runs Windows, and so like they do use Windows, but they're not using Emacs, and they're definitely not using Windows as their main operating system. I'd love to meet that person who's just like a diehard Emacs fan, with like ready to just freaking jump on any spear that anybody wanted to have available to die for Emacs, but who's also like, Windows 11's where it's at, you know? Like, that's what I like. I'd love to meet that dude. You can do Emacs Doctor, so I bet you can install Girlfriend. I mean, I'm sure if you carried on the conversation and were sweet enough, long enough, you could probably throw out an engagement offer. You know, have Emacs Doctor accept. Maybe, I don't know. You could try. Hey, come on now, you can try. I guarantee you, just in case any of you got the idea, if you wanted to do a YouTube video where you tried to get the Emacs Doctor to fall in love with you, that's fine. Please share it on the Discord, because I want to join and I want to watch and I want to see where this relationship takes you into your beautiful, romantic, long-term relationship with Emacs. Uh, um, use eShell. It's truly cross-platform shell. True. Very true. Well, all right, boys. I think we're going to go ahead and close this off here. We've talked about Fedora. It's been fantastic. It's been a great stream. I've enjoyed talking with all you guys. It's been absolutely fantastic. Derek, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank everybody. Again, I'll have a link down to Patreon, Discord. I should have the thing to throw up over all my scenes for the Patreon people, which I guess I could just, I don't know, I guess I could just go into my pictures and go down to the, I have it in here somewhere. Let's see, Patreon. I think it's in here. Do I not have it in here? Here we go, Patreon image. There you go. So thanks all you guys. like all you fantastic freaking people who support me over on Patreon. It's awesome. This will be like much more properly put in here because I'm cutting off the Linux cast with the webcam and all that shit. But anyway, these are all the guys who support me over on Patreon. Hey, thanks everybody. It really does mean a lot. It really does mean an absolute shitload. So thank you guys for all being here. Thank you guys for being awesome. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy talking about Fedora and enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. Boy.